Good morning, grade 5, and welcome to our third week of discussion in English. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about context clues. So what is a context clue? Understanding a sentence or text is essential to have the full grasp of the information embedded in it. Context clues embedded in a sentence or text help in comprehending the meaning it expresses. Through context clues, words are associated to get the meaning of the unfamiliar text or the whole statement. You are expected to infer meaning of the unfamiliar words based on context clues, locate the meaning of unfamiliar words, and analyze unfamiliar words based on context clues. So context clues are simply word clues that will help us to get the meaning of the unfamiliar words or to help us give or to comprehend more on what is the meaning of the sentence or the text. So let's have first the activity. Infer the meaning or equivalent of the underlined word in each sentence. Write the answer in your notebook. So you don't have to write this in your notebook. Let's just decipher or get the meaning or the equivalent meaning or word of the underlined word. So let's have first number 1. Leandro is an alumnus of this school. He graduated in 2019. The underlined word is alumnus. What is the other term for alumnus? A. Graduate. B. Student. C. Teacher. D. Principal. So the other term for alumnus is graduate. Okay, when you say you're alumnus, you are a graduate of this institution or of that institution. Alumnus is also equivalent to graduate. Number 2, Burj Khalifa in the United Arab Emirates is considered as one of the tallest edifices in the world. It has a total height of 829.8 meters. What is the other word or the equivalent word of edifice? A. Mountain. B. Ship. C. Church. D. Building. So the answer is building. Okay, let's go back here in number 1. So, Leandro is an alumnus of this school. He graduated in 2019. So, as you can see, alumnus, meron din siya dito in the second sentence, graduated. So, alumnus, when we see the word graduated, and we see graduate in the choices, so they are connected. Alumnus, alumni, those words are associated in a school or institution. So, if he graduated, he graduated from the school. And number 2, Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the whole world. So, tallest edifice in the world. So, edifice is a building. So, Burj Khalifa is a building. So, there you go. You have your equivalent or you have your word clues. Number 3. The stunning view of desert in Qatar invites tourists to visit this oil-rich state. Okay, stunning. Stunning is underlined word. The stunning view of desert in Qatar invites tourists to visit this oil-rich state. Stunning is A. Disgusting. B. Beautiful. C. Normal. Or D. Forgotten. The answer is beautiful. When you say you're stunning, you are beautiful. You are eye-catching. Diba? If you're beautiful, will the tourists visit you? If you are the desert in Qatar? Disgusting, nakakasuka, nakakainis, something like that. Normal, just plain. Forgotten, nakakalimutan. So, are you going to visit this oil-rich state if it is disgusting? No. If it's just normal? No. If it is forgotten? No. You're going to visit this oil-rich state if it is beautiful. Stunning is beautiful. Number 4. Emmer invited all her friends to the bountiful banquet in her garden. Lots of foods are served, including my favorite leche flan. Okay, so banquet in her, okay, what is the other word for banquet? A, feast, B, store, C, shop, D, pool. So, it says there are lots of food served. So, where can we find the lots of food served? A, in a feast, B, store, C, shop, or D, in a pool. So, the answer is feast. Why? Banquet or feast is the same. So, feast have a lot of food served. And banquet is also an event which a lot of food are served. Number 5. The scientists have discovered new species of edible fern. They say that this really tastes well. So the underlined word is edible. What is edible? When we say edible, it is A, can be planted, B, can be cultured, C, can be eaten, or D, can be poisonous. When we say edible, it is can be eaten. So edible, nakakain. Can be eaten. Context clues are important words of phrases in a sentence that helps in identifying the meaning of difficult words or items in a sentence. They provide further information about a word or phrase that helps the reader understand its meaning. Context refers to the part of a piece of writing that precedes or follows a word and contributes to its whole meaning. So the context, sabi ito daw refers to the parts of a piece of writing. It can be a word, it can be a sentence that follows the word and contributes its whole meaning. Kasunod siya no underline word o yung ating infer. And these context clues give or contributes the whole meaning of the text or the sentence. So these are very important. It helps us to identify the meaning of difficult word in a sentence. So let's have another activity. To use context clues in figuring out the meaning of each underlined word. Number 1, the extremely dry weather sweltered the dried leaves in the backyard. The underlined word is sweltered. Okay, so sweltered. What other clues can we find in this sentence? So sabi, the extremely dry weather. Sobrang init na panahon. Sweltered the dry leaves in the backyard. So, what can be the meaning of sweltered? A, ate. What is ate? Kinain. B, burned. Nasunog. C, slept. Nakatulog. D, sunbathed. Pag sinabi natin sunbathed, nabilad or natuyo sa araw. So, the extremely dry weather sweltered the dry leaves in the backyard. So, what can be our answer? The answer is sunbathed. Oh, the answer can be also burned. Bakit burned? Let's have first. Okay. Burn. Bakit burn? Why? Sabi, it is extremely dry weather. Kapag, di ba, ang sobrang init ng panahon, nasusunog din ang mga dahon. Tama? So, it can be burned. Kasi dried leaves naman sila. And it is also, we can also have the meaning sunbathed. Why sunbathed? Di ba kapag sobrang init, nabibilad. Okay, nabibilad. But, okay, teacher Stan corrected. Why? We cannot use sunbake because we have dried leaves here. Pag dried leaves, di ba, tuyo, the other word in Tagalog or in Filipino ay nasunog. So, the correct answer is burn. Okay, teacher Stan corrected. Okay, number 3. The Philippine government, number 2, rather, the Philippine government announced the needs to review the tariff imposed on important products that have gradually taken over the local market. So, tariff. What is a tariff? A. Stamp. B. Prohibition. C. Ad. Or D. Tax. Okay. So, what do we call on the imposed bill or imposed amount on imported products or any local products that our government get money, diba? Ano yung tawag natin doon sa makikita natin to sa lahat ng resibo natin, maririnig natin sa balita? A. Stamp. B. Prohibition. C. Ad. D. Tax. The answer is tax. Okay. So, yung kinukuha ng gobyerno sa atin is what we call tax. So, it says, the Philippine government announced the needs to review the tariff, the tax. Yung kinukuha sa atin, yung dinadagdag sa ating mga binibili, yung mga may porsyentong 12%, imposed on imported products that have gradually taken over the local market. So, sabi dito, dagdagan daw yung tax ng mga imported products. Diba? The tariff and tax are the same. Number 3. Bernadette precariously climbed the highest mountain in the country. Precariously. What is the meaning of precariously? Okay, A. Gracefully. B. Lazily. C. Dangerously. Or D. Hopefully. Let's listen to Google. What is the meaning of precariously? Precariously.
This is the definition of precariously. In a way that is not securely in position and is likely to fall or collapse.
Okay, so, in a way that is not securely in position and is likely to fall or collapse. So, if Bernadette is in a position that is not securely and likely to fall and collapse, what is the meaning of precariously? A. Gracefully. B. Lazily. C. Dangerously. D. Hopefully. The answer is dangerously. Why? Why is it dangerously? It says, in a position that is likely to fall or collapse. If you are in a position that you are likely to fall, malalaglag ka na at matutumba, you are in a dangerous position. So, precariously is dangerously. Number 4. I used to visit Nami Island in South Korea to see the falling colorful dried foliage. So, what is a foliage?
This is the definition of
foliage.
This is the definition of foliage. Plant leaves collectively.
Okay, plant leaves collectively. So, I used to visit Nami Island in South Korea to see the falling colorful dried plant leaves collectively. Excuse me. So, foliage is A. Hurricane, B. Place, C. Snow, D. Leaves. The answer is leaves. Yung foliage daw pala ay dahon. So, number 5. 2 tickets were allotted to each student for a party dance. Allotted. When you say you are allotted, I give you allotted tickets for you. What is that? A. Allowed. B. Joyful. C. Taken. D. Fed. The answer is allowed. So each student are allowed to bring a partner because they were allotted 2 tickets for each student. So they are allowed to bring a partner in a dance. Allowed. Okay, for your performance task, supply the word or information or ideas that can be associated to this given central concept. So, when you see the word virus, what other information or ideas can you think about? You have to write it here inside the box. Write your answer inside the box. You can use your thesaurus, you can search through internet, or you have your encyclopedia, or you have your dictionary. You can use that as long as the word that you're going to write inside the box are associated with the word virus.